Hello there everyone and welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com. I'm Nick Yacobucci and our next review is the dramatic thriller 12. This movie has opened in very limited release around the country on Friday, August 6, 2010, and I so encourage anyone that has the opportunity to go see this film to please do so. It has a very solid and ensemble cast including Chace Crawford, Rory Culkin, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Emily Mead, Emma Roberts, and it is narrated throughout by Kiefer Sutherland. This film comes to us from director Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher has been a major Hollywood filmmaker for the better part of 30 years, having helmed big-budget fares such as Batman Forever, A Time to Kill, Phone Booth, going all the way back to The Lost Boys and St. Elmo's Fire. This time out, he seems to go back to his roots by taking on a project involving almost young and aspiring actors. Alright people, this is going to be a tough one because there's just so much to be said here. The movie 12 is a very intricate story that revolves around what I count out to be about 8 or 9 characters, and it flows, in my opinion, very smoothly from one story to another. The tale intertwines the lives, the decisions, and the consequences of these people, all the while delivering quite a decent thriller surrounded by solid performances. I can sum up the main plot of the film because it involves the very non-complicated double murder over a drug deal gone wrong. A kid named Charlie is shot while trying to stiff a drug dealer, and another teenager is also killed only because he was a witness to the crime. Now, Charlie's cousin is a central character of the story named White Mike, portrayed by Chace Crawford. White Mike is a drug dealer that seems to be connected to just about everyone in the film and has thrown his hopeful future away since the death of his mother in the just recent past. As he searches for Charlie's killer, his best friend Hunter is struggling to clear his name as the prime suspect in the murder of the witness, Nana. Hunter is a rich kid, always vying for the respect of the inner-city teenagers, when he gets into a bloody fistfight with Nana just hours before he is killed. The police think that he is the culprit, and they have every reason to think so, and Hunter must face this almost insurmountable situation by himself and without his neglectful parents. Now you've probably come to the realization of what is this number 12 and where does it come from? Well, 12 is a super drug that looks like a mixture of LSD and ecstasy, and it is tried by and then very sought after by central character Jess. Jess very soon will give anything, and people I mean anything, to get her hands on any more 12 that's available. She's attempting to get this drug to bring it to the birthday party of Sarah Ludlow. Sarah is the it girl of the town and basically using everyone that she needs in order to have this party that everyone will be talking about. Rory Culkin's Chris is lending his place for the event, and his unstable brother Claude is having a very difficult time dealing with his own mental issues, especially during the turmoil of this massive party at their house. Well people, this is a very strong film that deals with social issues in classes, as well as high school cliques and the pressures of teen society and life. One main reason that this is a strong film is because it has a strong lead in Chace Crawford. As White Mike, he is very easy to root for, and even though I am completely unaware of his work on the WB's Gossip Girl, he showed me many leading man characteristics and qualities throughout this feature. One amazing spot in the film, believe it or not, is the narrator. Now, this is not a documentary, this is a feature film, but there are so many characters in this movie and it bumps from one to another so frequently that the narrator actually fills in the storyline as it proceeds and calls each performer by their name as it plays out. Now, not only did this make it easier for the viewer, it was absolutely a necessity for the audience to be able to stay caught up in this intricately woven tale. On top of all that, people, Kiefer Sutherland just has an awesome sounding voice, and he once again reprises his acting and voiceover work for director Joel Schumacher, whom he's worked with so many times in the past. Now, sometimes it's really neat being a critic. You know, I read in the paper that this film 12 opened, and I really didn't know much about it. Actually, I didn't know anything about it at all. I didn't know who was in it, who directed it, or even what it was about. I absolutely steer clear of other reviews in order to stay unbiased and objective, and because of traffic on this certain day when I went to the theater, I was a few minutes late going in. I was immediately plunged into this very tight and unrelenting story that rarely slowed down and was nothing short of pleasantly surprising as the movie played out. 12 is a very riveting story that finishes with a gripping finale. It has anything but a Hollywood ending, and at 1 hour and 57 minutes, clipped right along at a perfect pace that never even remotely felt like 2 hours. This is an entertaining film because it is an interesting film, and it gets even more interesting as you watch it. 3 stars out of 4, and remember people, I'm not always right, only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.